Okay, so since I got a friend to start playing this, I'm going to be trying to basically make a video on what everything is and what everything does for new players and people who are just starting and whatnot. So starting off, when you first join into the game, you're not gonna have something like what I have. You're just gonna have a simple Freddy. It does give you a small tutorial, I believe. You are gonna want to go into here, and that is story mode. You're gonna want to get, and so as it says, you go into here and stuff. You're not gonna have everything, all of these unlocked the way I do. You're only gonna have game 1, night 1, and as you keep going, it'll unlock through each night. And once you complete all 6 nights, you can start going on to game 2 and so on. It's kind of like your typical, tower defense game. You join in. I don't have 600. I don't have the 600 needed to place my starter. But it's like your typical tower defense game. Yeah, there are different maps and stuff, obviously. But yeah, you can keep going and stuff. You can upgrade them. I believe this you can change where it is by clicking on your settings down here in your corner. I'm a mobile player. I don't know if it's different for PC or in console, or if it even works on console. But here you can turn off music, sounds, and effects and stuff. I typically have them off so that my game runs smoother. Auto skip basically just automatically skips to the next wave. Trade requests, I'll get into more detail on that. Jump scares, that's basically just if you lose to a boss voice lines, skip summons, skip wave prompts. Some of this so here's the information. So if you go right, it's now over there. You go tower, it's now up there. Boss raid cutscene. Raid boss cutscene is basically just a cutscene that happens when the boss comes in. Party request, I'll get into that later. Tower voice lines, some units, some towers have voice lines, some don't. Skip wave prompts is basically just a prompt that'll pop up asking if you want to skip the wave. Skip summons, not sure, I don't know, I don't use it. But yeah, so there's that. Yeah. Yeah, not so some units have 3 upgrades or 4 upgrades, some have 5, some have 6. It entirely depends on the unit. There are different types of units, which I will get into after this. So the two types of differences between units, you have hold on, because this is gonna die real quick. So the main 2 types of units. Oh crap! Hold on. Anyway, so the main 2 types of, like, the main 2 different units that you have like damage units, and you have boost units. Hand unit here, of course, is obviously triple boost, boosting all cooldown, damage, and range. Not all boost units do it. So now that that's out of the way, you can come over here, and you have these yellow coins down here at the bottom of your screen, and you can use those to summon here. You have these different units. You got uncommon, rare, epic, mythical, secret, nightmare, apex. Apex are kind of difficult to get. Obviously, 0.001% of coming out of this. Presents do raise the chance out of them. Group rewards, if you join the group, nothing much. Corrupted present, you can come here to your items, open one. and it gives you something like this. You do also have a chance of getting this guy out of it, OMC, as most people call him, or Old Man Consequences. He used to be worth a lot. He's dropped though now. So over here, of course, you have your quests, which you can go through and claim, and it gives you rewards and stuff, and you got your special ones. Nothing much. Index over here, you can, if you go units, it basically just shows you all the units you own or that you have used to own. And then if you come over here to games, as you can see, you can change which game it is just by tapping on it. But so say you complete game in game 1, you complete night 1 on both easy and nightmare mode, you can come over here and claim 15 souls. As you can see, I've already done it. And each game, the soul amount, it does get higher. There's 9 games right now, but I don't know if I don't think they've updated this, or if it's just not working for me. But here there's only 8 games. That's a good way to get some money. Merchant. I don't know why this doesn't work. So these are your souls. Souls are basically your currency for trading or buying things here. If you go here to salvage, you can salvage things. Basically, so like, I got these remnants, which can be used to basically make a unit shiny. So if you can select like how many you want to delete. I know I don't have 10. I didn't even bother looking at how many I have. But yeah, so you can go in and delete those. This red one is going to be the most difficult type of remnant to get. Speaking of souls, which is right here, the maximum you can have is, I don't know that number because I don't like numbers. I hate math. But if you come over here into this hole right here, you can come over here, and these are soul summons, which is where, so the apex here, I do have it. This is the apex you get out of here. But these use souls instead of the coins. And obviously to get back, you just go back to these doors, and it takes you back here. You have trading. This basically just takes you into trading. Pro servers, you need 300 plus wins. I think it's 300 or more. And I believe you also need at least 1 apex to be able to go into pro. Over here, you got the AFK area, which basically just gives you rewards for being AFK and stuff. Over here, you have the PvP. You can go against your friends, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, whatever. Or you can do ranked. Michael's demise, yeah, whatever. Basically, this is what it's going to look like when you go in, single or duo. Duo, you can invite people. Give me demise back. Now banned units. So these are units that you can't use for the week. As the little thing down here says, decommissioned units cannot be used during this week. And as you can see, Michael's demise is the first one there, so I can't use him. Versus shop. So after doing the ranked round, you get these trophies, and you can buy things here. Here, if you're top 250, get a special reward at the end of the season. And it's typically something good. I think the current one is Gilded Knight Puppet. Nope, stop that. And he's worth a decent... He's worth a good, like, 750,000, or... Scratch that, about 700,000. Here, you have your season. Which this does change every now and then. Nobody knows when it ends. But basically, if you have all 3 of these guys... And so this star thing over here underneath your inventory button is the current season. You need to come down here, and you need to have Exor, Nedbear, Pigpatch, and Orville. Orville, seeing as in how he's a secret, he's going to be the most difficult to get. So typically, During the season, right now he's worth like 280 through 300,000. But don't worry, if you want the secret, like if you really want him more than the Apex, just wait until after the season, because then they typically drop to like 20-30,000 ish or lower. But anyways, if you have all 4 of those units, when the season ends, you will get Mr. Hippo here, the Apex. And then, so that's how it goes. Over here, you got Unit Workshop, enchant units. So, enchanting a unit is basically like giving them a buff. Not right now. Hold on, I'm going to put my phone on. Anyways, so enchanting is basically like giving them a buff. You know, Springlock, Vengeance, are some of the best. You can tap on them to see what they do to your unit and stuff. And auto enchant. Basically, so if you tap the auto enchant thing, you can tap some. So when you first start, it is going to look like this for you. It's just going to look like this. So if you tap auto enchant settings, you can tap which ones that you don't want to get, that you don't really want, and it puts a red line over them, and just like that, and you can go like that. Sure, you know what, we'll go with you. And basically, down here there's a green button that says auto enchant, and you're just gonna go like that. One word. So basically, anyways, this uses souls. This uses souls too. Yeah, you just click the auto enchant button and it keeps on going until you get something that doesn't have the red line over it. So it's just going to keep going until you either run out of souls or until you get one of these, and so on. And then over here you can evolve your units. Of course, I don't have any units that evolve. So yeah, not all units evolve, but some do. And you can use them here. They require souls and a lot of other things. I'll get to over there and hang on, let's do this real quick. So this is the exclusive unit for right now. Right. Anyways, you can use Robux to buy them, or 200,000 of these coins right here. And it shows you what it gives you here. 2,500 souls, the present that gives you this unit, and 100 stat chips. I'll tell you what these stat chips do in a second. So over here you have the event. As it says, you know, you just jump into here and it takes you to the event. Right now it's a prehistoric event. It shows you, no, stop it. It shows you the units you can get here. Over here you got another exclusive unit, again, Robux for 300,000 bones, which is and bones are the currency for this event. You have your tasks over here, and just like that, it gives you bones, prehistoric presents, and some souls. Got the event pass and stuff. So the pass gives you, lets you claim the stuff on the top row. The stuff on the bottom row is free. It's always free. Of course, you have quests here too. There's also another exclusive unit over here. And basically, it's the same thing as it is with the normal story mode over here, but for the event. Over here, you have Endless. And when you do the Endless, it gives you both bones and stars, and then some other rewards. And the stars you can use here. Like this. Buy some things. And I'm pretty sure I'm out now. Yeah, I can't buy anything else. And of course, you can come here and open them. And yeah, it gives you units and stuff. Presents have a higher chance of dropping an Apex and stuff like that. I think the only thing harder to get than an Apex would be a Forgotten unit, which is what Michael's Demise is here. And it doesn't show it up there, or that you can get it out of the presents and stuff. Typically when they're first added, nobody knows about it until somebody gets it. But now anyways, if we continue on over here, you have 3 different ways you can go here. You got Endless, Night Shift, and Boss Raids. We're going to start here with Endless. Endless here is basically, you know, obviously it just keeps on going until, you know, you die. And if you make it to, say, wave 100 in game 1, it gives you the Endo right here, and he's a boost unit. Yeah, each of the units right here, it tells you what game you play, and if you can make it to wave 100 in that, it gives you the unit that's right here for that game. And you can go all the way up to 4 players. If we go back over here, Night Shift, I'm not entirely too sure about. I'm still struggling with it too. Raid Shop, I'll show that in the boss raids because it's literally the same thing. So, boss raids. So, stat rerolls and then the raid shop. So, boss raids give you, once again, they give you different, they give you different rewards and these black tokens right here, which are called death tokens, which you can spend here. Michael, if you buy Michael for 150,000 death tokens, you can then evolve him and you get Michael's demise. You can buy souls, Pandora's boxes. Now this, the Afton's wrench. So basically what it does is if you buy an Afton wrench, you can come over here and you can put a unit into there and use Afton's wrench to unlock a unit's stat potential. Now, so you use it, and it'll do this. Now right here it shows how many stat chips you have, or you can also check in here, right there, stat chips. But basically, if you click reroll, it just keeps going, and so on. If you click the question mark, it shows you the chances of what you can get. Glitched being the most. If you can get full glitched on your unit, I believe that typically adds value to them. And boss raids, map changes, boss changes, and enemies and bosses continuously get more and more health. Now this right here, these 2 arrows, trade requests. You need to have 10 wins before you can trade. And go into the trading servers. So since, of course, I have 487 wins, we go here to Trading Plaza. I'm going to go to normal. There's not a difference on the map. Yeah, so if you go here, this is typically what it looks like. You can put units up for auction by clicking Add Item. It has to be a Nightmare or higher to be able to put it up. If you come into here into this circle, this is typically what it looks like. And you can buy other people's units for souls. So this is typically what it looks like, and sometimes people have Apex units up for sale. No. So, like, you can change, like, the server you're in by clicking the little world button right there. So this, I'll get into the clipboard in a second. Of course, settings, still the same. Dang. There's none here. You know, so you can change whether you're in a pro server or a normal server right here by clicking pro servers. But of course, like I said earlier, you need 300 wins and at least 1 Apex to be able to come into here. Yeah, see, so people will typically have Apex units up for sale. And if you tap on it, you can buy it and stuff. You can buy it. People are trading things here, obviously, and whatnot. Now, if you see things that are like secret and they're worth a couple $100,000 or souls, there are some that are actually worth a lot, but others, that's just people being greedy and not knowing values. Supercomputer, enchant, stat rerolls, and index, you know, basically just everything in the normal server. Info, audio info, if you click that, it basically tells you stuff about the trading and to be careful when trading and stuff. If we go back here, so here, trade requests, obviously, you know, see, you can send something. You can send people a trade request and stuff by just, you know, tapping it. I don't know why it does that, but yeah, you can do that. Now, with the units, you do want to make sure you have a unit that is only a couple hundred to place in your inventory at all times, because that is going to be your starter unit. Because typically you only start with like a couple hundred dollars to be able to place down a unit. So like my Tarnished Fredbear, Saber-Tooth Foxy, something like that, where it's only a couple hundred. And then the other ones, you know, the price doesn't really matter. See what else is there? Yeah, so AFK area. I'll just take a screenshot at some point when it finally decides to work, and I'll just put it up right here on what it looks like. So yeah, so anyways, you got right here top playtime, people who have played the most. So anyways, now this clipboard down here, I'm gonna get into these buttons down here with the clipboard, the gear, the present, and the calendar looking thing. So the clipboard will show you your stats, your current loadout, wins, playtime, ELO. ELO is for PvP, basically your rank, total summons, presents opened, enchant rerolls, basically how many times you've enchanted all of your units in total, even the units you don't have. Now if you come up here and you click edit titles, titles come from specific Apex units, and I believe Apex units only. I'm not entirely sure on that, but so consequences would come from Old Man Consequences, Calamity comes from Astral Bonnie right here, VIP comes from the VIP pass, Heartbreaker comes from Queen of Hearts Laura. Now, some people do basically shorten the name of the unit, so like Old Man Consequences, some people call him OMC. You got Queen of Hearts, some people call her QOH in the chat. So some people will shorten the name of them. Or like, you know, Tarnished Fredbear, TFB. In the trading. Is there anything... Hang on, I need to think if there's anything else that I'm missing. Update 47 right here. If you do click that, you know, it basically just shows you everything in the update. So the present right here is playtime rewards. There's a green button down here that says claim all. So the longer you play, it basically gives you all of this. And you know, you can open the gifts and stuff and whatnot. The calendar thing, if daily rewards. So if you log in daily, first is, you know, present, 2,000 coins, another more present, souls, potion. Now the potions are luck potions. You have super luck potions and then normal ones, pizza. So the pizza is a crafting item, and whatnot. These keys were for a or G event that I did not get to finish, sadly. That might be it, if I can think of more stuff. Oh wait, hang on, actually never mind. So this little water droplet looking thing, if you click that, it basically just allows you to teleport anywhere. Yeah, so like story mode, boss raids, prize corner, unit workshop, endless, event. Yeah, so like you can also, you know, search a name and join like a friend of yours or something. But yeah, so when going into trading, I would probably highly recommend listening to the other players on what your unit is worth. Yeah, so like if you go here, you know, Pandora's boxes, you know, you just click the soul thing right there and you buy them if the game lets you, and doesn't do that. Yeah, so like the other players here, say you're new, you know, you can just like go like that, and SL means spring lock. So like so basically it's like asking what my Old Man Consequences is worth, and sometimes the other players will answer you, and sometimes they won't. No, stop it, I'm not trading right now. I'm turning my trade requests off because I'm not doing this right now. Yeah, so when you turn trade requests off, basically makes it so people can't send you a trade request, and they can't trade you. It's over here. Yeah, see, it's worth 75k. That's actually not true. Most people sell a spring lock Old Man Consequences for about 55,000. Oh, never mind. They were talking about something else. But so if you come up here, you know, buy, it allows you to buy other things. If you click sell, it allows you to put things up for sale. So, you know, like I could put one of you up. the price is minimum souls, I could put you up for, 100 souls. And, boom, you can wait for someone to buy it. Yeah, see, SLOMC is worth 50k. But, anyways, whatever. Yeah, so you can sell your own things, you can buy other people's things. So the wrenches, if you don't have good stats, then typically it will take away value. But if it doesn't have the Afton's wrench used on them, or any stats or whatever, basically, so people will call that unwrenched. It basically adds a little bit more value, and I believe it depends on the unit. Shiny will also add value. So, like, a normal hand unit is worth, probably like 2,000-3,000, whereas shiny hand unit is worth a good 50,000. I will have some websites linked in the description of this video. Basically, you can go there and see what units are worth, or at least get a good, idea of what they're worth. And then another website I'll have linked down there will be, basically you can go look at a unit and you can look at its stats, what it does, and whatnot. And, so, yeah, for right now, I believe that is it for everything, here. But, yeah, so I believe that's the most that you can do, or the most that I can tell you about right now. But yeah, this is a different recording from the other. Oh, yep. Yeah. So, when you get a Apex, it does say in chat that you got one, and basically just publicly announces it. Whatever. And but anyways, this is a different recording because I had actually forgot to do something, or to show something. So, this button right here. This is clans. You can believe it costs 10,000 of the coins to make one. This is like the bio for it. You can delete your clan. You can't change the name, sadly. You can change the profile picture. Leave invite. Just send an invite to whoever you can. My clan, top clans, rewards. Clan points are these little crowns that you can get, and yeah, and you can do missions to get different clan points too. So, yeah, that is that. Now I believe that is the last thing out of everything there is to show you if you're a starter.